Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Full Metal Crown Eaters, brought to you by Veterans Anonymous and sponsored by Mad Viking Beard Mustache Company. The views and opinions expressed on Full Metal Crown Eaters do not, and I repeat, do not directly reflect the views and opinions of Mad Viking or Veterans Anonymous. Someone will be offended at some point during this broadcast. You have been warned, don't be a dick. So sit back, relax, enjoy, have fun, and interact. Yeah, we like that shit. The show will start in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Get ready to move your noodly appendages.
God has a hard-on for Marines.
Double time! Push! Yeah! Oh, pump me up! Pump me up! Don't let me down! Don't let me down! Oh, pump it up! Oh, pump it up! All around! All around! 2 dash! 2 dash! 96! 96! 2 dash! 2 dash! 96! 96! 1, 2, 3, 4! Marine Corps! 1, 2, 3, 4! Marine Corps! Army Navy was not for me! Marine Corps! Air Force was just too easy! Marine Corps! What I need was a little bit more! Marine Corps! I need a life that is hardcore! Marine Corps! Parasailing where it all began! Marine Corps! A little rock with a lots of sand! Marine Corps! I can't forget about Hollywood! Marine Corps! San Diego, and it's all good! Marine Corps! PG drill all day long! Marine Corps! Keep me running from a desk to dawn! Marine Corps! 1, 2, 3, 4! Marine Corps! Tell me now what you're waiting for! Marine Corps! 1, 2, 3, 4! Marine Corps! Now I'm gonna sing it some more! Marine Corps! First phase, it broke me down! Marine Corps! Second phase, I started to come around! Marine Corps! Third phase, I was lean and mean! Marine Corps! Graduation standing tall in my green! Marine Corps! To anybody who asks me why! Marine Corps! Here's to them, or here's my reply! Marine Corps! I'll be a Marine till the day I die! Marine Corps! Motivated and simplified! Marine Corps! So 1, 2, 3, 4! Marine Corps! Tell me now what you're waiting for! Marine Corps! 1, 2, 3, 4! Marine Corps! Listen up, I'm gonna sing it some more! Marine Corps! I turn terror to the Bellow Woods! Marine Corps! We're making history so it's understood! Marine Corps! Iwo Jima to a Guadalcanal! Marine Corps! Kicking butt just to everywhere! Marine Corps! Frozen chosen to the Ho Chi Minh! Marine Corps! I think it's time that we do it again! Marine Corps! Beirut, Lebanon! Marine Corps! I think it's time that we get it done! Marine Corps! 1, 2, 3, 4! Marine Corps! Tell me now what you're waiting for! Marine Corps! Went to Vietnam! Went to Vietcong! Smoked a lot of grass! Smoked a lot of ass! Yep! 1, 2, 3, 4! United States Marine Corps! Super 5! Do or die! Turn up the volume! Just like a radio! Not by stereo! Pump it up! In the front! Pump it up! In the middle! Pump it out! In the rear! What that gear? What's that sound of the Delta Dawn? Say on what's that running down your back? How you like them fucking apples, America?
Good evening. Welcome to another episode of Crayon Eaters with our special guest, Mr. Rodney Norman. You may know him as the Mellow Fellow. You've probably seen him on TikTok, Facebook, YouTube. I do believe he's got his own website. Is it rodneynorman.com, I believe?
Yes. That's me. Absolutely. How are you, everybody?
Good.
Yeah. Thanks for coming on the show.
Oh, it's a pleasure. It's always a pleasure to get with fellows that enjoy the delicious taste of Crayola.
Yes.
I just bit mine off. See.
So,
I have a whole
Tom,
box. So, Mr. Kyle, how you doing?
I'm wore out. I'm stressed out. I'm tired. I'm sore. But, I'm good.
Yes,
Working on.
always prepared. That's why I got a shirt pocket.
You got two. Oh, man, we got a bunch of people in the chat already.
I know, it's just blowing up already.
Uncle Si, Albert, Jade, Ashley Moon Butler, Bob Long.
Albert is actually flying right now. He's flying to Texas.
Ooh, nice.
He's going to, because we got veterans going to the race in Texas this weekend, so therefore Albert's doing his stuff.
Yep. The haters.
The haters.
And Donovan, Chad, Katressa. Man, there's a ton of people here. Wow.
I know. I'm just watching it must be Rodney. We got to bring him back more often. I haven't seen this many views in a long time. Mile High Club. So for most of you who don't know, Rodney is a Marine. So he is a crayon eater.
Yep. Once a Marine, always a Marine, so I didn't bother to re-enlist.
I love that.
That's awesome. Mike High Club. Oh, okay.
Mile High. He changed it.
Yeah. How's your week been, Tom?
Hot. It went from.
It's not hot yet.
You don't work in the foundry either.
I work in a sweatshop.
It went. That's different. They let him across the border. Come on. It went from a nice even 50 degrees to 80 within like no warning. When you do that, in that shop is just brutal. It's 130 degrees today in there. I got home and I broke down and actually put air conditioners in the windows today. So
nice.
I'll be doing that this weekend myself.
I forgot I left my air conditioner running when I left this morning. So when I got home, my house was like freezing. I'm like, yes.
That'll knock you right the hell out too, though.
That is the best feeling.
Yeah.
That's the quickest way to a nap. Go from hot to the you're zapped.
Yeah, I normally sleep with the air on, pretty low, and then when I get up in the morning, I turn it up higher, so it's not running real cold when I'm gone.
Congratulations!
Oh, yeah.
Welcome to the Brotherhood.
I was Fox Company.
That's hotel.
I was Lima, San Diego.
San Diego, right here.
Damn Hollywood Marines.
That's right.
So we know how to do it with style and a little sparkle.
Yeah. I can literally sleep through an airplane crash. The airport is right there.
Right there. And yet, somehow, it still took 4 hours to drive over there when they picked up.
Right? They went through all downtown San Diego, apparently.
The entire time, you have to keep your head down between your knees. It was spectacular. We all got there with back problems.
Worst bus ride ever.
Absolutely.
You guys had one mountain. We had more obstacles.
One mountain. What the hell are you talking? One mountain.
Yeah.
We had to go up 6 just to get to the one they told us about.
Yeah. We were like, oh, this is going to be the Reaper. Nope, not today. You'll see it. You'll know when you see it.
Yeah, that's always fun when you think, wow, I just did the most invigorating and exciting thing I've ever done in my life. And they say, oh, no, we're not even there yet. We're not even close.
Yep.
That was the warm-up one.
Yep.
Go ahead.
No, my friend sends me a picture every couple of years of the Reaper Mountain, and he's like, you want to go back? And I'm like, no, I don't.
No.
I've done it enough. I don't want to do it again.
The thing about the island, we had the mosquitoes, sand fleas, and gators.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we got to see Hilton's Head across from the from the island was Hilton said. It was 3.5 miles if you could make it through the 1.5 mile march.
Yeah, we got to see people leaving all the time,
Yeah.
but a constant barrage of people flashing their freedom right in front of us. It was exciting.
Yep. I'll never forget it. I was actually out there in 2019, and I flew out of San Diego, and I'm like, you fucker, you sucker.
Sucker!
I remember being over there.
Somebody lied to you.
Yep. You need to go have a talk with your recruiter. I miss it. I want to go back.
So feel free at any time to plug where you're going to be coming up, because this is just, we have people watching from everywhere.
Oh, nice.
Rodney is going to be on tour. I think you're just taking a little bit of a break right now, a couple days.
Yeah, I just happen to have a little bit of a break in the action right now, so we're back in Connecticut. We've been my van made it here, so here we are. And yeah, we got shows coming up in New Hampshire, Rhode Island, and then I'm actually headed to San Diego for a wedding.
Are you officiating the wedding?
No, not this one. I'm just
Not this
I'm
one.
standing in line, and I'm doing a few minutes at the reception.
Nice.
But yeah, it's people. I don't know what people. I don't know what people are nuts, and
Oh, yeah.
they want me to do strange things, and I love it.
You don't say no.
Hey, wait.
Yeah.
Talking about strange things, I'm still hoping we don't hit 2,000. I don't care. I love you. We can't hit $2,000 on that because I forgot about a condition that I have that I can't get a Brazilian wax.
I'm sorry. There's writing that you said.
I know.
Hey, I missed
There is
something.
X amount of money.
Well,
Hey,
you
what am I missing here?
Oh yeah.
Tell
So
everyone.
I'm gonna plug these two fundraisers that we have going for my run.
fundraiser going. So
There's two different ones going. The first one, Chuck Kilgore started. He said that he's just going to raise money and he's going to shave his legs for the cause and pick a charity. He actually chose mine. Thank you. That's awesome. And he's going to shave his legs, because we like to have fun, be funny with stuff too, as much as we are
Sure.
serious. And so Tom said, if we raise 1,000, I'll shave my legs. And if we raise 2,000,
I'd
I'll
wax
get-
my legs
I'll-
at 1,000.
I'm sorry, you're right. He'll wax his legs
Wow.
1,000, but if he gets 2,000, he'll do a Brazilian wax.
Oh,
Live
And
on Facebook.
live, yeah. So and there's writing and videos of him saying it, so it's already written in stone. So I don't know what
We hit
condition
we
you
hit
got.
1,000. We hit 1,000. So
It's not over yet.
Did you see what I did last night on the Crossroads?
I did not.
I went on there with a piece of duct tape on my legs and ripped it off to prove to them that I can stand being waxed.
It's not the same.
ah,
That's not the same.
Real duct tape is probably worse than wax, actually.
Yeah, I will shave my beard if we hit 5,000. So, and Wayne Patmore offered is starting his own fundraiser, and if he gets 5,000, he's going to shave his mustache off and be a whaler for a year.
oh, nice.
So,
Speaking
I
of
could-
beards and mustaches, let's plug our beautiful sponsor, Mad Viking Mustache and Beard Company. They do oils and balms and shampoos, and we're gonna try to hook Mr. Rodney up with a nice little care package and sponsorship.
Nice.
When he's going around the country, he can say, "Hey, look, Mad Viking's helping me get," because the Jays are very good people.
yes, they are.
That'd be delightful. I've been sent a lot of beard oil in the last few months, and a couple of them have been pretty good, but most of them have been less than stellar.
Let's just say the Mad Viking crowd is a very veteran-friendly people. So
Mhm.
Nice. I tried this one that was like it was supposed to be beard balm and mustache wax kind of stuff. And every time I use it, my I get my lip gets real irritated. It's weird.
The wax that they have is actually methylated, so it's got a nice minty. It's not methylated. It's got a nice minty smell to it. So
I was going to say like Vicks Vapor Rub.
yeah, you're putting that on your lip, and
whenever you got sick, that was how Mom fixed everything. Was give you a vapor rub.
Yep.
Come here, slapping it on your chest.
Yeah. Well, she'd slap her on your chest. She'd always put it on my feet. I don't know why she wanted me to put it on your feet, your chest, and then of course she would slap it right across there on your lip.
And then your lip would burn for 3 days. Not just hours, days.
But you'd have that nice little rush going on in your head there for a bit.
Do you know who this Drew is? You don't have an above average chicken enchilada recipe?
Oh, Drew. Yes. I know Drew.
Yeah.
He's
I'm
an
not
interesting
doing chicken
fellow
salad recipes.
from Wamego, Kansas. He
Nice.
has his own hot sauce and barbecue. He's a great cook. I highly recommend. He does make great chicken enchiladas, but he's on a tour of the entire internet, asking everybody to give him an above average chicken enchilada. So I suspected he would make an appearance.
Okay, Drew.
Awesome.
Two things, Drew. Message me. I'll give you my recipe for chicken enchiladas. And 2, I want some of your hot sauce.
Kyle Killinger, because you have baby
There you
Jesus
go.
up here, so
There you go. You will be delighted with the hot sauce.
I love hot sauce. Sometimes a little too much.
Oh yeah. You missed the show where he ate the Valhalla death sausage here.
Wow.
He actually got food poisoning from it. So
Oh, really?
he
So I
got
had
the
to-
burn. He got double burn.
I had the triple burn. It came out both ends.
Was it because you held it too long? You had it too long, or what was the problem?
When I thawed it out, I let it sit in the fridge too long. I didn't even think about it.
Oh, okay.
So, and when I started to eat, I could tell there was something different, but I thought it was just the heat. So I just kept eating it. I ate about half of it, and I was like, I can't do it anymore. I made it through the show, but like after the show, I was trying to go to bed. They didn't. Nope. It said I'm coming back out.
He's messaging. He knows I'm asleep. He's messaging my wife. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. It hurts.
Oh,
It was it was like SWAT team was like kicking the door and like we're coming out. Like
I know. I got food poisoning from eating sushi that I got at cafeteria at my college. I was.
I thought he was going to say a gas station. I was going to say time out.
No, it was worse. It was worse. The gas station at least has standards that it has to meet. This college, I was getting ready. I was actually headed to a gig, so I had a class that morning. And on my way out, I'm driving 3 hours out in the middle of nowhere in Utah. And so before my trip, I thought I'll grab some sushi. I love sushi. There at this, the cafeteria at the college. And it was supposed to have been prepared by people who were like culinary experts because they were training at the school. So I was like, okay, it's like when you go get your hair cut at the beauty school, you know what I mean? You're thinking, okay, they're close to being experts, right?
no.
Yeah. So I get this stuff and it tasted fine. I didn't have any problems, but as I was driving to my gig, I started getting a little dizzy and lightheaded. Started feeling a little queasy. Got there, did my gig. I actually ate there, and that made me feel better. But then I had to drive home because, of course, I had class the next day, right? And I get home, and I lay down. My head started spinning. I was like having an out-of-body experience. I felt like I was floating, and I was puking and throwing up, and then I had diarrhea like I've never had in my entire life. It was kind of a cleansing process, basically. I mean, there was nothing left in me. I started pooping water the next morning. It was an incredible experience. It's the closest experience. People have explained LSD to me, and I'm like, I think I got that from some bad tuna. I'm like, it was amazing. I mean, you poop so hard that like your butt cheeks kind of like do that kind of thing where it's just it's one of those deals. It was pretty intense. It was very intense. And I started eating stuff just so I had something to throw up. Great. So I feel bad for your food poisoning.
I don't know if mine was that bad, but it was pretty bad.
So, without a
I mean, I'm telling you, I started seeing spirit guides. I entered the fifth dimension. I might have time traveled. I mean, it was the whole experience. It was just insane. There was colors. There was bright flashing lights at one point in time.
Oh, I love it.
Poor Dean is dying over here. My 8-year-old son is watching this. He goes, I love this guy. He's on my level.
What college did you get this sushi from? I need to go there.
Utah Valley University.
Dad, I know where I'm going to college now.
Absolutely. You can go. You can get learn how to be a pilot, learn how to be a culinary expert, or like me, get a philosophy degree.
It's like Woodstock.
It was perfect. I will say this: they have a great philosophy department because when I graduated, not only did I have my diploma, my degree, but it also came with a food handler's permit. So I was prepared for the real world of philosophy.
You got review from sushi.
I can hear it now at the school cafeteria instead of Woodstock. The brown acid is bad. Don't eat the brown acid. Don't eat the sushi. The sushi is bad. Somebody messed up on the recipe. Chemistry and sushi were put together on accident.
That would explain it.
And Mr. Norman is not to be found anywhere. I don't know. No explanation needed. You're a professional comedian. I know I asked you before the show, but you actually had a funny story. Were you the class clown during boot camp?
Well, there were a number of occasions where I found the opportunity to try to crack up the okay. So the first thing that happened to me was like your first time you go to the head. Do you remember that experience?
Yeah.
They don't tell you that the entire platoon of 100 guys has got to do it in 34 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that?
Yeah.
So we all go rushing in there, and you end up peeing on yourself and each other and everything, trying to, the first time you're trying to take turns like normal, and then the second time you realize, screw that, we're 7 to a toilet, to a urinal. You start peeing in the sink, the storm drain. After a while, you just start going in the shower. Just, you got to get, anyway. So he yells at us, tells us to come out. So we all start running out of there. And as I'm coming around the corner into the squad bay, out of the head, I ran into the back of the drill instructor. And he turns around, right? And I'm not talking just brushed him. I mean, I full body contact. I mean, I ran right into the rear end of this dude. So he turns around, looks at me, I'm standing there, and he just starts going off on me, and he looks at me and goes, "What are you trying to do, Norm? You trying to make sweet butt love to me?" And I'm like, and this was don't ask, don't tell time. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, "No, sir." And he goes, "What? You don't want to make sweet butt love to me? What is it?" Am I an ugly son of a bitch, Norman? Is that what it is? Am I an ugly son of a bitch, or do you want to make sweet butt love to me? I'm just staring at him going, was everything I had. I'm like, Sir, Staff Sergeant is an ugly son of a bitch, and I would like to make sweet butt love to him. And he about fell over.
That's hilarious.
And then then the one I was telling you about was about a week later. He's walking by. I think they got to the point where they were trying to get me to say stuff. But I'm standing there, and he's yelling at us. He's saying, if you guys don't do this correctly, you recruits don't do this correctly, we're going to do this all afternoon. And he gets up to me, and I just whispered, I didn't have any other plans. But I was at that point where you want to do something, you want to screw up so you can go get bent just to give yourself something to do, because most of the time you're just sitting around doing nothing. So, yeah, I had a lot of fun at boot camp. I had one time, it wasn't necessarily something I did, but I went to church, right?
Yep.
And I come back. And I'm Mormon, and the secret to boot camp for Mormons is that we would have people from church outside of base would come in and would have service for us. And when they would come, they would also bring like a potluck dinner whole thing. I mean, there's baked goods. There was more food than you've ever seen in your entire life. They'd all show up. They try to outdo each other as to what dishes they would bring. So it's like we're doing church, but we're also, loading up on, all kinds of cakes and cookies and it was glorious. Anyway, so as people figured that out, I mean, I started recruiting people. The first Sunday we went, there was 3 of us. By the end of boot camp, I had 18 people coming to church with me. Everybody at church is like, wow, you're quite a missionary. I'm like, no, you got sweet rolls. That's what we're doing here. They ain't convert for. They aren't coming here to learn about Jesus. They're coming here to get cream cheese frosting.
Dang, I should have been a Mormon.
Boy, I tried not to. I try not to tell people, but they saw the stuff we brought back, and they were like, "Where'd you get this stuff?" I'm like, "Ooh, let me tell you about Jesus."
A jelly donut.
And so I come back from church, and the drill instructor, he goes, Norman, you're a Mormon. Sir, yes, sir. And so for the rest of boot camp, he called me Norman the Mormon. He would laugh every time he said it. Because he was a genius. And I just kind of let him do it because I really couldn't stop him. But no, I think boot camp to me was one of the funniest things I ever been through. I mean, it was a glorious experience.
So I said, usually the Mormon service lasted longer than more time, anyways.
Yes, everybody else was like 30 minutes. We had an hour and a half to 2 hours. That's because we were eating.
Oh shit! Let me eat. So, you served your time with mostly in Okinawa and then 8th Marines.
Yeah, I did. I was with 4th Marines at Camp Schwab in Okinawa, and then I came back, went to Lejeune. I was with 8th Marine, 8th Com Battalion, and over in the French Creek area.
Yeah, we weren't too far from. Well, I was a couple months behind you when you were getting out.
Yeah,
I was coming in, but we both pretty much worked in the same area, same BS, running OE 254s, tree topping them, so we didn't have to put the poles up.
Yeah.
That's
No,
awesome.
I remember.
You ain't lived until you tied 550 cord to a canteen just to get an antenna up. Fuck that! I am not putting that. I'm not putting that damn lightning rod up again. No, I'm not. I'm gonna tree top this antenna. 550 cord over. Fuck! I lost my canteen again.
Yeah.
Saigon Sam's, here I come.
Absolutely. 250.
Oh.
No, yeah, it was fun. I remember my last day in formation. I had terminal leave, and it was like just before the New Year's break, like for '96 for New Year's.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm standing there in formation that morning. It was a Thursday, and that I'm leaving, and the first sergeant starts going off about how, or was it Friday morning? Yeah, it was Friday morning because they were complaining about field day in the barracks, and he says we're not going to start our '96 until the barracks is all redid the field day, and everybody that lives out of town, you have to go in and help clean. And I'm standing there thinking to myself, good gracious, I'm so happy I'm leaving today. I was like, as soon as he said you're dismissed, I went and picked up my orders. I was gone. Didn't look back.
You can't stop me.
Yeah.
I didn't scrub the head. Bye. I was that guy who tried to do extra on field day. I brassoed the shower drains and everything. Well, what happened was I lived with the police sergeant, so we got away with most anything anyways. But they never looked. It was just more of making everybody else think, oh, I should do that because their room always passes first time. They didn't know that I was living with the police sergeant, that I was just going to get away with shit. So.
Yeah. I remember my first first field day at 29 Palms, for comp school.
Oh gosh.
Those things, it was so dusty. We're in those Quonset huts, and they're just, you open a door and dust just goes everywhere. So we had figured out we'd put up blankets and stuff around the doorway to keep the dust from coming in. Right? We found all these weird tricks to try to keep the dust out. Anyway, we're standing there, and it's like he's been in and out of there like 4 times. And each time he says, I'll be back in an hour. So it's like 2 a.m, right? And we're suspecting that something horrible is about to happen. And he comes in, and he turns off all the lights, and he drops a flashlight on the floor and says, man, look at all that dust. And we're like, you got to be kidding me. So then he makes this. So we filled it again. So it's like 5 different times. At this point in time, you're just standing there going, I have no idea what are we going to do, right? He finally comes, passes us, and then wakes us up 2 hours later to go on a run, boots and utes for 8 miles. It was like, oh boy, I love the Marine Corps. This is awesome.
29 Palms sucked too because of the sand everywhere. When you running in that sand is probably the worst.
Oh no! We had a staff sergeant that used to make us do the sugar cookie thing at the end.
Yep.
You know what I'm talking about. You get about a mile away from the end, he'd stop and we'd start doing start doing burpees, and then
you had sand in places you didn't want to.
Oh yeah, you got because you're hot, you're sweaty, and then it's getting all over everything.
Yep.
That is the only time in life that I hated Silkies. Because the sand creeped in spots it shouldn't have been.
Oh yeah.
But
trying to get it out, it's like you're basically just rubbing sandpaper on your nutsack. It's like, it's insane.
I'll be running through there in a couple weeks.
220 grit right down through there.
Are you going to go through? You're going to go through 29 Palms?
Yep.
Nice.
Straight through the Mojave. I'm going straight from Oceanside. I'm going straight to Vegas.
Nice.
So I'll be in Vegas about a week and a half after I start.
Did they let you run on base during this? They let you come in and do it?
I don't know about 29 Palms. My friend, he's a major. He actually got me permission to start at MCRD. But he's going to be gone from 29 Palms like a week and a half before I get there. So I won't be able to go probably through 29 Palms probably, but I will be going. I will be starting at MCRD though.
Nice.
Yeah, that was.
And then you're running to where?
I'm ending in Washington D.C.
Oh, nice. At the memorial.
The Vietnam At the Vietnam Wall.
Oh, the
actually.
wall. Oh, okay.
Mhm.
That's cool.
Yeah, I was wanting to do it at the Marine Corps Memorial, but it's inside Arlington, and I don't feel comfortable ending something like that there. I'm going to walk through there and see it. I'm going to go through Arlington and everything, but I'm not going to end it there, just out of respect for where it's at.
Oh, I got you.
There's some open areas behind the Vietnam Wall that I can end it at.
Right
Oh,
there
we go. That's cool.
is roughly his route.
Mhm.
All right.
Yeah.
When are you going to be in Dallas? Is that where you're Dallas right there?
Right outside of Dallas, yes. Hold on, Tom. There's a better one.
What's the date you're going to be there?
There we go.
Yeah.
I'd have to sit down and do the math on the mileage, and I could give you a rough estimate. You guys talk, and I'll actually do that while you
Okay,
guys.
because I'm going to be doing a show in Rockwall, Texas, on July 10th.
July 10th. Let me look.
Yeah, so I'll be in the area. So
Watch it. Math for Marines. You got one crayon. But it takes 3 to get there, but I ate 2. Oh, did you ever do the Hilo Dunker, Rodney?
Hilo Dunker. No, I never did that one.
You think finals are stressful? I'll give you a hug right after I escape from this underwater, upside down, and blindfolded. I got nominated. They had to send so many comm guys over to do a Hilo Dunker and get qualified. That was the worst experience in my Marine Corps career. And I lived in a shack in Norway for 90 days. So,
Yeah, I did that.
I did a Battle Griffin. Probably one of the funniest things I ever seen happen. We were driving the Humvees from Oslo.
Yeah.
From the port in Oslo up to where we were at in Hell.
Uh-huh.
So we had to stop in this little town and just take a break, because when you're driving a Humvee that long, you're cramped up,
Oh,
everything.
yeah.
So the whole convoy pulls off in this little open field. Gunny gets out, he's stretching. Gunny's stretching, and next thing you know, a snowball hits the back of Gunny's head. Pow! And Gunny was a hard ass. Everybody goes, "Oh fuck, what's gonna go on?" Gunny turns around, and there's this kid, probably about 3 foot tall, standing there laughing because he just chucked that snowball. And we're like, "He's gonna kill this kid. He's gonna kill this kid." Gunny turns around, he gets a snowball, and he throws it right back, hits that kid right square in the head, and it was on. There was kids coming out of the woods, out from underneath Humvees. And the next day in their local newspaper was Marines versus little kids throwing snowball. It was this huge snowball fight. I mean, I actually seen one guy had another kid down, like rubbing his head in the snow and shit.
Oh, it's funny.
But I mean, that's one of the great things, when you're in, you get to see little shit like that. But you see that hard ass Gunny turn to a softie because it was a kid that threw a snowball at him and hit him.
Yeah.
There is a big language barrier. Those kids didn't speak English, but here we are having a big snowball fight with them.
Oh no! I you want to hear what happened to me? So before we went, I went and got a book on Norwegian because I wanted to be able to say something, right?
Yeah.
When we got there, we set up our radio. It was literally on the soccer field of an elementary school. So while we're there, they're having recess. They didn't stop school. We were there. So we set up this radio and everything, and while we're there, they all come out for recess and they're standing around staring at us. And so I thought, I'm going to go practice my Norwegian. So I went up there and I was like, "Good dog," and I was asking them how their day was going. And this kid looks at me and goes, "Don't you speak English?" I'm like, "Yeah, I didn't know you did." And he goes, "Oh yeah, we all have to do it for school." And I'm like, "You mean everybody in Norway speaks English?" And he goes, "Oh yeah, maybe some of the really older people don't, but Everybody speaks English. I said, why is everybody scared to talk to us? And they said, oh, we just didn't figure we had anything to talk about.
Nice.
It was funny. So they would come and visit us. So they know English. They were just so shy they didn't want to talk to you about it. It was funny to me.
That's awesome.
And the other thing the one thing that I did, I was an asshole. Of course, I'm a Marine. I was an asshole. I'd still field wireman / radio operator at this time. My job, this is how old I'm going to date myself. It was dial-up internet. My job when we were in Norway was to set up our modem so that we can have internet. He's a field wireman. He can figure out how to hook into that box and everything. So spent 3 days looking for a telephone drop that was supposed to be out in a field somewhere. So we would do the little snowshoeing and looking for this box, and come to find out it was at the end of the building that we were staying in. So we get out there and we find all the wires and all the pairs. And I looked at the Norwegian that was with me, and I was like, Kyle's heard this story probably about 100 times. So I said, I don't know what pairs to put in, to tie into. So he strips all of them, and he goes, this pair here. So I'm in the back of my head, I'm laughing. I don't want to laugh out right yet. He goes to hand me the pair, and I dropped it. I forget which ones they were. And that time he held it until I tied into the wire.
Oh, that's funny.
Okay, so I should be in Granbury, Texas, which is right outside of Dallas, roughly that first, maybe second week of August.
Oh, of August. Okay.
Yeah. So about 45 days after I start. So.
And then you're headed up to where after that?
Oklahoma City.
Oh, okay.
And then St. Louis, and then Columbus, Indiana, which is where I'm from.
Well, I'll definitely keep tabs on you. We're in the same location. I'll come join you for a bit.
I would love that.
That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome to see. I was so I was kind of fangirled when you said you'd come on the show, because I enjoy. I want to know, where did the stoner mellow fellow character come from? How did that Rodney come about?
Well, it's actually an homage to my grandfather, who was an alcoholic, and he was drunk almost all the time, and usually when he was just sort of tipsy, he was very conversational, and he would always try to teach me and my cousin lessons. And so he'd make us sit at the kitchen table before we could go outside. We had to sit and listen to him tell us some story about when he was a kid, or, some weird thing at work, and he would just sort of ramble on. So what I'm telling you is, okay, so there were these guys. Okay, so there was this guy. Well, there were three guys. Well, there was one guy. He used to always pee off the train. He'd pee off the train. So we're going down, and he needed to pee. He just pee off the side of the train. And so one time when I knew he was, I didn't warn him where we were at, and so I slowed down, and he ended up peeing in front of a whole town, because I slowed down at the rest stop. Okay, go out and play. And, and so I had this gig one time. I was up in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, and then the next night we had a show down by Boise, but there was all these storms and snow and everything. We had to get up at like 4:30 in the morning to make it to this gig. So by the time we get there, I'm physically I'm tired. Mentally, I'm tired. I just can't believe I got to do this show. We were hoping they would cancel it because the snow was so bad, but people in Idaho don't cancel anything because of snow. So we go there to do this gig, and I'm really tired. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to do this entire thing as my grandfather. And so I did that, and it was a lot of fun. And periodically over the years, I would do it every once in a while. And then a few years ago, I'm watching a friend of mine who's a life coach and a motivational speaker, right? And he's doing these little TikTok videos, and or I think it was on Instagram, but he gets on there and he's like, "Hey, you know, I'm just here in my hallway, and I was just thinking about you, and you know, maybe you aren't successful because you don't feel like you deserve it. Well, I'm here to give you permission. I'm here to tell you that you do deserve it. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to be successful. So I hope you're having a great day." And I'm sitting there thinking that was so corny. And then I realized that's it. My guy is the world's worst motivational speaker. And so I started coming up with the corniest and most ridiculous things I could say as a motivational speaker, as my drunk grandfather. And that's where it came from. I just started making videos and started having fun with it. And then one day, one of them took off, and because of that, I get to entertain 12 people on the internet with you fine fellow.
Actually, we're up to 25. You're all right.
25, sweet. 25.
How long have you been doing comedy? When did you start?
I started doing stand-up about 22 years ago. I was in Kansas City, Missouri. Stanford and Sons open mic. I got up there, did a couple minutes, got a couple chuckles, and thought, okay, this is it. This is what I'm doing for the rest of my life. Never looked back.
Yeah, that's a lot of freaking respect in that, man, because you weren't afraid. You just did it. Just to do what you loved. I mean, obviously you love to do comedy. You like to make people laugh, because when you went on your sushi rant, you've seen that you had us in tears, and you just kept rolling with it. I mean, you were able to read what was going on in our 8-year-old brains and kept on going with it. So, I mean, you actually do a awesome Gandalf impersonation. I like when you were talking about the guys driving in Utah when they get in the slow or in the fast lane, and they don't even acknowledge you when you want to pass them on the wrong side.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
You shall not pass. I am the defender of all that is true and right. And you shall not violate the speeding limit on this day. Not on my watch.
Now I have to go watch Lord of the Rings.
you won't think of it the same now. You'll go, oh, there's Rodney. Oh.
Yep.
I was telling him beforehand, I was like, Chad Jumpy, evening beautiful people. I was talking beforehand, I was like, I could see some good TikToks coming out of Kyle and Rodney, because they could play father and son, because Kyle's TikTok name is The Real Baby Jesus. Now my son actually is the one that gave him his nickname.
I didn't choose it.
Baby Jesus. Love it.
Yeah, I used to have real long hair and everything, so it was fitting.
It kind of took off. Somebody sent him some mail that was addressed to Baby Jesus and everything else. But I made the joke.
That's funny.
So yeah, I was saying that there could be some really funny TikToks if get Rodney to wear a robe and be like, "Son, what are you doing down there?" He got Baby Jesus in his robe going, "Just your will, Father, just your will."
Dad. Like I said, my mother will probably disown me, but I mean, if she hasn't disowned me yet, I don't think she will.
She hasn't disowned half the shit that we've done. I don't know. We do some crazy stuff just to raise awareness for veteran suicide, veterans that are struggling.
Yep.
I mean, I'm going to wax my legs just so he got $1,000 to do his run. You know,
Nice.
every little bit counts.
I took a bath in ramen noodles.
Yes, he took a bath in ramen noodles. It's on his TikTok.
And it's only got like 200 views, and I made a stupid one about what song wouldn't be okay in 2021, and it was that Avril Lavigne. I think he's saying
Yeah.
he was a boy, he was a girl. Can I make it anymore? That got like 4,000 views, and I'm like, how?
Oh, it's absolutely the stuff you plan and you think about and you really put a lot of effort into it. Nothing. I literally the best videos I've ever done that get the most views are ones that I was at a rest stop and I had just been sleeping. I got up to take a walk to get myself woke up enough so I could keep driving. And I thought, hey, this is a good spot for a TikTok. And just turned on the camera and started jabbering. At the end of it, I thought that was one of the dumbest things I've ever done. But I posted it, 6 million views. It was like, wow. The dumber, the better. Every time I film a video and I think this is stupid, this will probably ruin my career if I post this. That's when I know, okay, this is the one that's going to go.
Yep.
It's all about shock culture or just, I don't know. You got to be. You can't try to be flashy. You can't try to, you can't plan anything because once, like you said, once you plan something, it just never goes the right way. So
yeah. So just roll with it and have fun. That's it.
Yep.
That's what I figure. Just gonna enjoy myself. It works. It doesn't. No big deal.
Yep. It's funny because I almost wore the robe for the show tonight just because I knew you were going to be here. But I was like, I've been moving a bunch of stuff around the house, and I don't know exactly where it's at, so I was like, nah, screw it. But I definitely will have it when I leave for my run. I'm taking it with me.
Perfect.
I'm known for we're both known for wearing silkies all the time. So shorts and I always do it just because. You see me walking in shorts, that short, somebody's got to stop and ask me a damn question at some point. Why are you wearing those American flag underwear out? They're not underwear, damn it.
They're not underwear.
Oh. My town knows me by those shorts now. I live in a small town. Everybody knows me now because of those shorts.
It's true.
Even
That's
at the
one way.
The DMV is like a big, our BMV, or the Bureau of Motor Vehicles here, is one big glass window basically, and it's on the corner where my route is that I have to go past all the time. So the girls in there are so used to seeing me in my shorts. On hike day, they all come run into the window and they're beating on the window, and I'm dancing in front of it, and everybody's going, "What are you doing?" I said, "I got to do my show for the week," and I'm dancing. It's just that I've got the support through the town now that he's crazy. Kyle and I sat out we did 22 hours in January in Ohio. No, February in Ohio. We sat out on the town square to raise awareness of veteran suicide for 22 hours. Once every hour, we would read off 22 veterans that have committed suicide, their names on a live video and stuff. At the end, we had a candlelight vigil on the 22nd hour. But you want to talk about a cold night. We did that in February.
I haven't been that cold in a long time.
I was cold. I was cold for 3 days.
Yeah.
It took 3 days to get that chill out of my. But, at the end of the day, the crazier the stunt, the more awareness we raise. It is, that's what we do. We be crazy and raise awareness.
Good for you.
Because push-ups and hikes don't matter.
Yeah.
That's what we're told. That's our haters tell us that none of this stuff matters that we do. But I think it does, and I believe it does.
Yeah.
We know it does. We've had people tell us that they're the reason they're still here. So. We're the reasons they're still here. What I mean, you know what I mean. Words are hard.
Yeah, it's humbling when you want to help people, and you want, and sometimes I think just reaching out to people and just letting them know that somebody cares. For a lot of them, that's all they really need to hear. That's just to know that they matter.
Mm-hmm.
Especially our veterans who've been through. A lot of these guys have been through just absolute hell. They've been through things that most people can't even begin to imagine. And a lot of them can't even talk about it. A lot of them are sworn to secrecy because of the nature of what they were doing. So they can't even tell you what they're going through, and they feel very alone. So no, I commend you both for your efforts. That's awesome.
And like me and Rodney, we served around the same time. Wasn't a whole lot going on through our time span. In the Marine Corps,
I was in the military during the time where our enemies didn't shoot back.
Yeah, I was in Kosovo. I met Sonny Bono in Albania.
Oh wow!
Because we went in Albania. He was governor of California at the time, or a senator or whatever. He was a senator. He was a senator in California at the time. I actually met Sonny twice. Once at the Marine Corps Ball at Palm Springs. I was parking the cars. I was in comm school. I'm not paying to go to the Marine Corps Ball. I'm still in school or whatever. Yeah. So I ended up in a VIP parking lot, parking cars, and I had to park his, and I met him there. And then when I was in Albania in '97, we were doing the evacuation of U.S. citizens in Albania. The difference there from me having a combat action ribbon to a humanitarian service, or the not the humanitarian service, but it's the next step down from a combat action ribbon. Was I was on one side of a basketball court where the others were on the other side getting shot at. They fired back, and we didn't fire back. So I got a something different than what they did. But it's Sonny Bono had come in and was talking to us because he was concerned about our involvement as a NATO, because it was a NATO operation at that time, an S4 operation. So I got to meet Sonny there, and then shortly after that we went to Africa and evacuated U.S. citizens out of Africa. So I got mefequin poisoning.
Oh,
which
wow.
That was the malaria pill that they gave us before we went to Africa.
Yeah.
That was on the 26 Mu. It was April 27th, 1997 is when I took that pill.
Oh, wow.
The VA doesn't recognize that one yet. It's like Agent Orange or Blue Water Navy Marine case that's going to take forever to be solved. Mefequin poisoning mimics PTSD and TBI. It's all the same symptoms all the way down through. So,
oh wow,
I go through some stuff, but that's why I'm doing what I'm doing, because I know if I'm going through this and I didn't see shit, I need to be there for the guys who have seen shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
That we need to bridge to get the generations. There's a big generational gap between Vietnam veterans and the veterans now. Vietnam veterans don't understand, why are these kids so crazy now? Why are they talking about eating crayons? Why are they running around in silky short shorts and this and that? And back in my day it was this way. It's because you guys don't talk. They won't sit down and listen to each other's stories. Well, the older guys won't listen to the young guys' stories. Yep. So there's a reason that VFWs and AMVETs and stuff like that are failing, because the older generation won't take the time. So I figured, me being where I'm at age-wise, it's time to bridge that gap. I grab these younger guys, get these older guys, get them talking, get them out on a fishing boat, get them out at a NASCAR track, get them golfing together, and they'll see that there's not much difference in what they did to what the kids are doing now.
Yeah, absolutely.
and that's where Save 22. We try to throw our our programs together. Golf, fishing, motorsports, hiking, bridge those gaps. It's the stuff that the VFWs, they're not doing because they don't want to take the time. They'd rather sell a steak on a Saturday night and try to make their money that way, and then try to bridge the gap between the generations.
Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of the VFWs, they're basically just bars. And that's it.
Yep.
Cheap liquor,
Yep.
statewide minimum. Just as cheap as can get on the buddy program. That's why they're failing too. They're giving away more than they're selling. So.
Yeah, I mean, there's supposed to be a place to continue that camaraderie and build lasting relationships and help each other out, but they've just turned into just another bar. It's kind of they're not really. They're kind of I think a lot of it is that they don't even know how to begin to try to help some of these younger fellas.
Yep,
they're seeing some crap that we can't even fathom.
Oh, I mean, some of the stuff that the Vietnam guys come back with, it's stuff that we couldn't fathom. I mean, Fred, my friend, my mentor, my hero, Fred Albert, may rest in peace. Was it 4 years, 7 months, POW in Vietnam, escaped 4 times. It got so bad that they put him in a tiger cage during monsoon season. It was the only way. The only time he got out was to bury somebody else. And, he got out on the Paris Peace Accord is how he got out of the POW camp.
Uh-huh.
He comes back and they try him for treason.
Oh, wow.
The government tries him for treason because they thought he gave up. That him and the other survivors, the only reason why they survived is because they gave up secrets. He was in there so long, he didn't know what was going on. So, long story short is he tried to take his life at one point, and he became a very motivational speaker for Save 22, like a patriarch for us. And he just passed. I think it was 3 years ago. We laid him to rest at Arlington, finally. So, but Fred was a good guy. But the stuff that he's seen in the POW camp, these younger kids aren't going to really understand because that's not going on over there. No, they're worried about the kid that's got the suicide vest on, or But there's similarities there too. Vietnam kids were carrying bombs.
Oh yeah,
they just need to talk.
Well, yeah, a lot of the stuff that's going on there now was stuff that they learned from the Viet Cong.
Yep.
From studying how to beat the Americans, the guerrilla warfare, same tactics, very much so. Yes.
It just gets me because, Jade said something about a ribbon. I had a meme about a ribbon. I'm sorry. There it goes. What's the asking? Right. You're a hero. Yes, I have the pizza stain. So, I mean, they're right. We just got to get generations to talk. I'm actually a veteran service commissioner.
It's easier to bury your nose in a phone than talk to the guy next to you. It's true, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's very true. I was sitting at a youth wrestling match a couple years ago, keeping score, and the guy that was sitting at the table next to me goes, "Look up there," and we look up in the crowd. He goes, "Unless their kids wrestling, their faces, they're all down." And I looked up, and it was all these faces are down. And I'm not innocent of it by any means, but this is the problem in America right now.
Yeah,
we're so attached to everything.
Yeah,
to the world. This is a problem. I mean, hell, I even looked at right before we came on. I was looking at Doge to see what's going on. Hey, am I making money? Just kind of. This thing is eyes wide shut. Thank you.
Yep.
But what I was getting back to about generations talking, I'm a veteran service commissioner in Ohio. I sit on a board that's to help veterans get through their steps to the VA, I was speaking at an event down there, and I was talking about this very subject. My beard was just a little bit longer at the time, and I said something about Vietnam vets not understanding younger vets because they're not considering this and that. And as I was speaking, and I was standing there, I said, "Could anyone here under the age of from 40 on down please stand up?" And this is a room of there's 88 counties, five veterans from 88 each of the counties. 3 other people stood up besides myself that were under the age of 40 or 40 and younger. I said, here is part of our problem. We don't have that understanding because you guys, and I'm not saying this in a bad way, need to make way for the younger generation so we can have that gap. As I go to sit down, a Vietnam veteran stood up, said, well, he was drunk. Number one, I let him go on this one. He was drunk. He says, how are we supposed to believe a guy? It looks like he's Osama bin Laden's brother and da-da-da, because I had a long beard at the time and everything else. And that right there set the tone for the rest of the weekend. Every other Vietnam veteran come up and talk to me. They said, we're sorry about that guy. He's an idiot. We're sorry about that guy. And I was able to talk to those veterans. And I actually had a Korean War veteran follow me around the whole weekend. His name's Ray. Actual Heartbreak Ridge Marine.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
He got his Purple Heart at Heartbreak Ridge. And Ray followed me around the whole weekend because I spoke up the way I did. So, I mean, I think it's important that we bridge those gaps, be it with comedy, seriousness, or just awareness.
Yep. Mm-hmm. I think we got the comedy part covered by that guy down there.
He needs to come on a little bit more often.
Yeah, I'd be delighted to.
Yeah.
It's getting people to laugh is laughter is a great way to basically take away the sting, to take away the power that something has over you. Being able to mock it and make fun of it, that's how you put it in its proper place. I mean, that was the whole thing about boot camp, is you mocked and ridiculed death because you had to. The sudden realization that your purpose in being as a Marine is to break things and kill people. And that's a lot tougher to deal with mentally than people realize.
Yeah.
But you deal with it through humor, through all that, and then happen to deal with the afterwards when you have to actually do that. You've got to find a way to release the pressure. You got to find a way to move on with your life, because giving your life is one thing, but people don't realize that how much you give up, even though you survive, you still have given up your life. You've given up so much of yourself to do things, unspeakable things, horrible things that needed to be done. And we need to open our hearts to these gentlemen and then women and embrace them and help them through what they're going through. And man, if making silly videos on the side of a road and making myself look like an idiot will do that, I'm happy to provide that service.
Yep.
Albert hit it on the nail on the head right here. Service teaches us to be warriors. The programming is hard to reprogram when it hits civilian side.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Good.
We write a blank check to the government, with our life, payable up to with my life,
Oh, absolutely.
And we ask for very little to no return on investment. Seriously, okay, maybe my college is paid for, or I'm getting a little bit from the VA, but I've offered you my life. Therefore, those little things, I'm not asking for much. I gave you my life, and today I'm still giving. Kyle's giving. You're giving in comedy. Kyle's giving with running. I'm doing it with hiking. Albert's doing it with the programs that Albert has been doing for Save 22 as the president. We still give. We never get out. We never stop serving. We always look. Every veteran out there still serves in one way or another. They just don't. Once they realize what they're doing, they're giving. They're still giving. I had a veteran break down one night. He says, that's all I ever do is serve people. He says, so, you know, he's a cop, so he's never really stopped serving the public.
Yep. I had a guy come up to me at work the other day and was asking me some questions about my run, and he said something. I can't remember what I replied, and he's like, "Why are you so mad all the time?" Because I'm not the most friendly person at work, and I'll be the first to admit that.
I'm not either. They actually put me by myself for a reason. So
and I was like, he's like, "Were you in the military?" And I was like, I was in the Marine Corps, and he's like, "Oh, now it makes sense why you're an asshole all the time." I'm like, "Thanks." Like, I thought you knew that. Yeah, he's like, "No, man, now it makes sense why you're like angry all the time and want people to get out of the way and do shit a certain way." I'm like, "Yeah, get your shit, get done, and go home."
Sometimes civilian life just does not make sense to me. Like it's like his grandpa trying to explain something. Well, you got this guy over here and this guy here, and then you got to do this. And it's the night shift reporting the day shift video hits home with my work so hard that those guys have the video saved to the phone. That video is saved to their phone. This is night shift reporting the day shift. I'm telling you, I could watch that over and over and still fucking laugh every time.
Yes.
That was easily one of the dumbest ones I think I've ever done. As soon as I was done, I was like, this is so stupid.
Yeah, and then you watch the ding, 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 ding.
Oh, yeah. That's the one that really launched me, really.
I don't know. I think the one where you were talking about the president, or like you got these people over here saying this and these and people doing this and that one kind of launched you too. The what I'm trying to say is I don't know, kind of video.
Yeah.
that one's the first one I seen before night shift reporting the day shift.
Well, day shift was they took parts of that video and made that one. So it's actually from the same video.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't get that it was the same video.
But yeah, like I said, the whole thing is just the dumber the better.
Yep.
And it's funny to me because I've been mocked. I've been people think I'm mentally disabled, that I've had a stroke. They've said all kinds of weird things to me, but I'm like, you know what? Hey, a lot of people are laughing. They're having a good time. I've had so many people who just said, everything was so stressful, and then I saw that video, and it just made me laugh for the first time in months. And they just realized, you know what? We're going to be okay. We're going to get through this somehow or another. This isn't the end of the world. I can still deal with life. I can move on. And it was just a silly, stupid video I made inside of my house one morning. So,
yeah, I mean, like when I told Kyle, I said, "Hey, I got Rodney coming on," and Kyle really hadn't watched a whole bunch of your stuff up until this point. And he goes, "Does he always talk like that?" I said, "No, he's got other content." So I had to find your other content of you being serious. And so he's like, "Man, 2 hours? I don't know if I could put up with a guy that's going to talk like that for 2 hours."
I was like, I don't know if I can listen that close for 2 hours. I ain't got that much of an attention span.
Oh,
He's like, no.
1 minute videos are perfect for that. That's about it.
Yeah. Because I had seen some, and I'm like, okay, And then
Cool.
he's like, he got you on the show. I'm like, 1 minute's cool. 2 hours? I don't know. So he sends me the dry bar comedy one, the live one, and I started watching it. And I'm like, oh, yes, I can totally hang out with this guy for sure.
Yeah. This is a dude I want to go hang out with, like in person, for a couple hours. And because I think if the three of us got together, we would actually be considered mentally.
Yeah.
we might go away in white coats if the three of us were to get together.
Yeah.
It's funny because when you were talking about like your experience with Shuzi earlier, this is kind of how this show started. Kyle and I got on one night and did 3 hours worth of stupid toilet humor laughter.
Yeah.
We laughed like that for 3 hours together.
Yeah.
And then we were approached by this network, Veterans Anonymous, to do this show. Hey, look, Albert
Okay,
said he has bail money if we got together. No, we don't need bail money. We got Gandalf. Damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we
Can
were.
you imagine all 3 of us getting arrested and we all act apart like that? Just that'd be hilarious.
I could.
What's your name? Gandalf. Gandalf what? The Gray.
Gandalf the Grey. Where are you going? I'm going exactly where I intended to go. And I will arrive at exactly the moment I intend to arrive.
I couldn't keep a straight face, so
Once he did that, we were getting arrested. I'd be like, "Where's my bullet wig? God damn!"
and Ron's like, don't mind that. That's just Frodo and Sam back there being stupid.
Precious. His Gollum back there. I just start. He'd start into that. I'd start calling on the ground looking for my precious. Precious. Where's it at?
Second breakfast. Oh yeah, we'd get in a lot of trouble. We'd have a lot of fun doing it too.
Oh, definitely. I'm really hoping you can make next year's hike because that would just make the weekend. We get you up there telling some of your Marine stories, laughing a little bit.
I'll do the entire hike as Gandalf.
We are walking. I mean,
Yeah.
We can rename the town Mordor for a day. I mean,
There we go.
no, one simply does not walk around Mordor.
Walk through it.
Oh wait, hikes don't matter. They will with Gandalf. Get him to do a promo. Hikes do matter. The staff.
Big old wavy robe and his walking stick. That'd be awesome.
So like I live in Ohio, so there's a lot of hills. I could see him like out in the where you live, flat ass Indiana.
It's just as many hills here as there is over there. We have more corn than you.
I could see him across the street of my house in that open field. Hikes do matter. Crash with the sun setting right behind him.
Yep.
The west of my house is an open field, and I watch the sunset every night up over the little bit of the hilltop, and it's just beautiful. It's my
yes.
my place to heaven.
One hike to rule them all. That's great.
Yes. Oh, Albert, I think we got our next year's shirt slogan right here.
That's great.
That is next year's hike slogan right there.
You can use my likeness on it if you'd like.
Oh, Albert, we have it. Look, and I know our shirt designer's on here. He was watching via Twitch earlier. Casso.
Yep. Bullshit. Kyle, Indiana's flat from Ohio border to Indy.
It is.
That side of the state is pretty flat. I'll give you that.
Yes, we do. One hike to rule them all. That is.
One hike to rule them all.
Yes.
Join us. Join us on the adventure of a lifetime.
I can't wait.
Oh, we got
Is your life boring and void of meaning? And well, we have the solution. Join us.
That'd be
How long
awesome.
is the hike?
5 miles.
5 miles. Oh my goodness, that's easy. That's easy going right there.
Well, Kyle runs it about 12 times.
I keep people together. I try to keep people together.
You keep running a circle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That guy.
In the promo video, in our beginning video, he's running with the Marine Corps flag or American flag around the hike a couple times.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
Oh, Sai said he could dye his hair and be Gandalf the Black.
So you need Gandalf with the white, gray, and black. I can be black. Sai can be white. That'd be hilarious. I'm motivating as hell. Thanks, Albert.
Hey, hold on, I'll be back in a sec. I gotta go grab a water. You guys
Okay.
talk.
All right.
Wonderful.
We'll be here. Yeah, I would love to do all three of us, me, Rodney, and Uncle Si, as the different stages of Gandalf.
That'd be perfect. You have a picture of Cy?
I don't. No, I don't have one saved. I can get one from his. I'll get one from his Facebook real quick. He is on a couple of different shows on the network, which actually I'm gonna do our slide, talk about the different shows real quick. So you can catch all the shows on Twitch at twitch.tv/VetsAnon, on YouTube at Veterans Anonymous, Facebook at Veterans Anonymous 22. Every Monday we have Judy and Lunchbox on the Monday Night Mayhem radio show, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. On Tuesday you have W, and Uncle Si and Felix Scramjet, Tuesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then on Wednesdays, you have Combat Cricket, Uncle Si, Cuddling Kittens for the Crossroads at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And obviously the best show of the week, every Thursday, Full Metal Crane Eaters at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You're muted, Tom.
I had to go out there. There was an emergency.
Oh, you're good.
There was a tarantula out there or something. It was, pretty much a daddy long legs that everybody's afraid of around here. So,
Oh, they are ferocious beasts.
not for me. I used to raise tarantulas. So, now give me a snake and I'm done.
Same. So,
Gone.
funny story.
Shit. There's two movements: shit and run.
Yeah.
That's how it is.
I took my son fishing yesterday. He wanted to go fishing when I picked him up, so he grabbed his tackle box and his fishing pole and threw it in the truck, and we went to the park. And he casted his line for about 15 minutes, and he lost about 6 hooks. And I'm like, "All right, man, I'm getting tired of tying these hooks. I'm gonna tie one more. If you lose it, we're gonna leave." He's like, "Okay." So I tied this hook on, made this hook for him, cast it in the water, and I handed him the pole. It instantly snags a fish, and he caught like 6. I'm like, "Give me that pole. There's something wrong with that pole." So I casted it for a few minutes. I didn't catch. I finally caught 1. So he was rubbing it in my face that he caught more than I did, but there was a snake in the water, and I'm not a snake expert. I saw a snake, and I was like, "All right, we got to go." He's like, "Why?" I was like, "There's a snake, and I don't know what kind it is. I'm not going to just hang around just in case." He's like, "You're scared of a snake?" I'm like, "Yes, I'm a grown man, and I'm scared of snakes. We're leaving." I don't do snakes. Nope. I cannot do it. There is no debate about it.
No, we have the best show of the week on here all the time. They're giving it to you. They're saying it's because, this week it's been all Rodney.
Yeah. Speaking of legs, wax time. That's going to be Memorial Weekend, right, Tom?
Next weekend is leg wax,
Okay.
I believe.
I
So
thought you said. I don't know. Oh,
Memorial
yeah,
Day
that next
weekend is next week.
Okay, you're right. I'm sorry. I'm a week behind.
Yeah.
Uh,
They all just
Oh.
blend.
I will send you the video, Tom, Albert. He
I seen it
liked to
yesterday.
Rub it in that he caught more fish than I did.
Come here.
Yeah, Brazilian. Oh yeah, we have Dean's talk.
They want Dean's talk. You only got a couple minutes to do it, so you need to come do it.
Oh,
Know to power through.
Power through, Dean. Gandalf.
Just do it anyway. Reach deep inside.
oh, here's Uncle Si, Rodney.
Okay.
Your screen. There we go. That's Uncle Si.
Oh, perfect. Yes.
Yes. We can definitely get something worked out.
Oh, Gandalf the white, Gandalf the gray. Get you guys hiking up front with me. Nice staff. I love that Rodney did his hair for us tonight. That's just awesome.
Yes. I love it.
So manageable.
Yeah, awesome.
What's your shirt say?
This is Think Deep.
Think deep.
Think deep.
Nice.
So, are you familiar with Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy?
Is that 36? What is the
I've heard
meaning?
of it.
42 is the answer.
42. 42. 42. 42.
Well, they asked the computer the question, what is the meaning of life? And he comes up with the answer is 42. Well, the computer's name was Think Deep.
Think deep. Okay. It's been a while since I watched that movie. And it popped up on, I think, my Hulu feed or one of them. So I might have to watch it again.
I read the whole series back, when was it? Early 90s. Loved it. The movie was okay, but I mostly watched it for Zooey Deschanel.
You can't go wrong with that.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
She's
Lucy
a
was
lot to
honest.
look at.
She is.
I watch
Albert says I'm going to watch that eating sushi. Oh, that's great.
No, you gotta get the sushi from Utah Valley though.
Yes. Well, you go get the sushi anywhere, but just set it out for 8 hours before you consume it.
Oh man.
And no matter how much wasabi and ginger you eat, it will not help.
Wasabi just make it worse on the
Yeah.
It'd be like your death sausage.
Oh. That almost turned me away from eating hot stuff permanently, but I handled it.
Rodney's TikTok is Rodney Norman, isn't it?
Rodney D. Norman.
Oh, Rodney D.
Yes. I didn't mean to have a TikTok. I had a friend who has a daughter who is into cosplay, and he posted a video on Facebook of her dressed as a Disney princess. So I wanted to be supportive. So I clicked on the video, and it took me to TikTok, and then it said, "Hey, you want to have a TikTok account?" I'm like, I don't know. I know I don't want to have a TikTok account. And so I clicked something, and next thing I know, I had a TikTok account. And I kept getting notifications about my TikTok account. I didn't know what to do with the TikTok account, so I started making stupid videos, and all of a sudden, 14-year-olds in Peoria thought I was funny. So I have a TikTok account now.
Hey, as long as you can keep the millennials in this generation happy by laughing and mumbling, I mean.
That's it. They tell you all these people have all these secrets about social media, when to post, what to post, all that, all these little things. I just decided I'm just going to ignore all of them and do it all wrong.
Yeah, I don't ever do it right. I had one video take off, and that was it wasn't even me. It was a guy dancing to Footloose during the Marine Corps ball. Our governor at the beginning of the week had said no more gathering, dancing, da 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 da. So we're still had this Marine Corps ball. I'm a DJ on the side, so I was DJing the Marine Corps ball, and the kid come up, And most unassuming Marine. He stuttered a little bit. He was real shy. He stuttered. Hey, could you play Footloose? Yeah, sure, I'll play Footloose. You know, we're loosening up. We're having fun.
Sure.
Nobody on the dance floor. Kid goes out and just does the whole Kevin Bacon bit right there on the floor, and I'm videoing it. I said, man, this is gold. This is gold. This is gold. I waited like 3 days, and I'm like, I gotta post that to TikTok. Next thing I know, that thing just took off. I mean, it wasn't even me. I mean, this guy just said, I'm gonna do the whole Kevin Bacon dance on this floor here. And
Beautiful.
Sorry, I had to pee. I've drank too much water.
Jade, go back through the group chat and you'll find his TikToks because I posted them there.
It's true.
Yep, all one word.
Oh, man.
You'll be amazed and delighted. If you don't have TikTok now, you'll want to get it just for me. I assure you. It will be worth your time. Every day you will come away inspired and have a good chuckle.
The one I posted today where you were talking about the part twos. That cracked me up.
Yeah.
We wish vile things upon you. Like and follow for more.
Yeah.
Those would drive me nuts.
Yeah, because you fall down a rabbit hole. Where's the next one? Oh, would they finish it already?
Yeah, and then you find out the video they posted 4 months ago, and it's like, oh, forget it. I'll just Google the story and find that the whole thing there in one shot.
Oh.
That is one thing that drives me crazy about TikTok. It's like you get 1 minute. You get 1 minute. Just tell your story in 1 minute.
Yes.
They'll tell 15 seconds of the story and then another 45 seconds of telling you why they can't tell you the rest of the story.
Yep.
People, I hate every one of them.
I did story time once, but that's because I couldn't get it. I didn't say I won't have enough time. I was just, all right, story
Yeah,
time.
if you're legitimately telling a story and you got to finish it, okay, fine. It's the ones that are like, oh, little sassy such and such went to the store one day and you'll not believe what's going to happen. Stay till the end to find out. Silly Sally Sass and such was going to the store. It was a typical store. It's a store like you have down on the end of your street. It's just a store. It has things in the store. Most people go to the store to buy things in the store. Well, Sally Sass and such got to the store. Oh, I don't have enough time. There's a part 2. It's like, what happened to Sally Sass and such?
I want to know. I'm invested. I've got a minute invested in this.
Why did she go to the store in the first place?
Who is this Sally such and such? Stop commenting.
How did you get a comment ban? How do you? If we don't get comment bans, how did you get one? We're way more vulgar than you guys.
We are the worst, other than Judy.
Yeah.
I think we say that she says the F word more than me and you combined in one show.
I get my F word use in at work. So
I was by myself today, so I didn't get a lot of it done. But
I got to tell you what happened to me when I was in first day of boot camp. They have the first, you first get there, they have all those big meetings with people, that tell you weird stuff. I remember the first one we met the chaplain. So we're all sitting there in a big group, and we're meeting with the chaplain, and he's explaining to us the chaplain's role in the military and how the chaplains are in the Navy, and their Marine Corps uses Navy corpsmen, all this stuff. And one of the chaplains says, "Hey, does anybody here have a problem with hearing the Lord's name in vain?" And I, being, of course, a strong, valiant defender of the faith, rose and said, yes, I have a problem. I'd rather they not use the Lord's name in vain. Well, all I did, in fact, was ensure that I would hear the Lord's name in vain used repeatedly over and over again on every occasion they could think of. I basically put a target on my back.
That's funny.
In fact, I believe when we came out of there, the drill instructor says, who's the stupid mother effer that raised his head? And they came over and let me know what all the creative ways that you could say Jesus Christ in rather creative and entertaining ways.
I bet they were creative.
Oh, yes.
1 second. I gotta get Dean some clothes real quick so he can come on. He wanted to take a shower before he came on.
Okay.
Hey,
He had to be clean.
Yeah.
I admire his tenacity. It's
Dean
like,
is-
I'm going to do it, but under my conditions.
Well, I'll
boys-
get there when I intend to.
Yes. The boy has some standards. That's awesome. Like, okay, I shall perform, but only under my conditions. I'm not your monkey. I'm not here to entertain for you. I'm merely doing this as a courtesy.
I love it, man. You're hilarious. I wish I would have like discovered you sooner so I could have known more of your content. But with everything that I've seen in the past couple days that Tom shared it with me, that he got you for the show, I was like, okay. I was at work today listening to your stuff, and I'm like, so it was. I had headphones in. They're like, "What are you laughing at?" I'm like, "Nothing. You wouldn't get it." Okay, you're normally not laughing at work. Yeah, I'm listening to something different today.
Absolutely. And what's fun is you share it with somebody, and they just go, "Are you okay?
Yeah.
You all right?
Yes.
Are you? Is this some sort of therapy?"
Yep. Is
So
Dean
boy
all ready?
He's getting dressed.
Okay.
He's putting his underwear on.
They're overrated.
Yeah, just wear silkies. Same thing.
Yep.
What are you gonna talk about tonight, Dean?
It's a surprise.
Oh, it's a surprise.
So
Oh,
even you don't know this time.
Surprise!
surprises.
I don't know. Sometimes I'd rather know ahead of time. I don't know what's gonna come. I have a TikTok with him where he says I had to do homework because of that bitch Carol Baskins. I mean,
It has a lot of likes.
and he's Mr. Analytics. He'll tell you how many followers we have on
YouTube.
YouTube because he wants to be a YouTuber and he thinks it's cool that Dad does this a weekly basis. And so he'll do his little thing and then he's going to run over to his tablet and watch himself because of the delay.
No, I don't know.
All right. So what do you got to say? Come on in, Dean.
So,
Meet Mr. Rodney.
hi.
Hello, Dean. How are you?
He said, how are you doing?
How you doing?
All right. What do you got to say?
So I want parents to take good care of the teenager kids. It's because kids, teenagers these days, they're always doing drugs, getting in gangs, getting pregnant at 14, I think. I don't know. So take care of your kids. Don't do that. Stupid.
Oh, so you're telling the parents to step up this week, are you?
Yep. Don't let your kids get into gangs or do drugs. Don't let them get early pregnancy.
All right. Then the words of Dean, don't be a better parent. That's what Dean's saying this week.
Don't
Yeah,
let
yeah.
your children enjoy rock and roll, sex, violence,
we just never know what he's going to come up with. I mean, I need to get him back on watching David Goggins. I'm going to have him start watching Rodney's videos, and we'll see what comes out next week. You sure shall not.
I love it. Yeah, Dina's wife's beyond his years.
You know, it's just you never know how much they're actually taking away from you until you let them say something like that. You know, you let them open up, and they'll say, you know, they're sponges. They just soak everything in.
They do. They take it all in, even the stuff you don't want them to.
Well, you know what was messed up is so like Missy was breastfed him, and I would always say, hey, you gotta do a titty slap. And so when he was like 1.5, I'd go titty slap, and he would slap away while he was eating. And you know, I taught him all kinds of bad shit, but it's the good shit that he picks up on. So yeah, he's definitely, you know, he's tested me out. I've got you ask Kyle, I got kids. I've got kids. I've got like 6 kids total. So
Nice.
he's the youngest out of all of them. The first 2 were in my first ex-wife, and then I got a second ex-wife, you know, all that good stuff. I wasn't allowed to be part of the life like I have with him. So it's a little different with him than the others because he's with me all the time. So I really get to see the effect of what it's like to influence him like that.
You influence me on a daily basis too.
He
I was
does.
thinking, what would Tom do?
What would Dean do?
Would Tom Roundhouse kick my boss in the face?
Yes,
No,
I
I
would.
don't think he would. No, because you'd hurt your back.
Oh, fuck you.
I'm always precautious of your back. Like, no matter what you're doing, I'm like, Tom, don't jump off of that stage. You're too, no.
He's always cautious of my back.
Yeah, like the day before the hike. If you get hurt, the day of the hike, I don't want to have to lead it. That's your job.
So I can't believe I did this tonight. I was at the gas station. This guy's got this big diesel truck, and he's letting it idle outside, and it's got 2 shitty ass subwoofers in the back of it, and he's just like thumping what's that guy, Upchurch, and this diesel's all rusted out on the side, but he's proud of it, and he's in there. He's talking to the young girl working at it. He says, "Yeah, I got a Jeep too, and a boat, 2 4-wheelers, and this and this," and I go, "And a small penis." In the back of the store.
That's exactly what I would do.
And I can see the girl behind the counter start to chuckle, and I'm like, "And a small penis."
It'd be even better if you could throw your voice in different directions. Like, where did that come from?
It came from the Snickers bar, man. He's looking right at you. That guy,
Yeah.
he was looking to try to. There's like 20 people in the store.
That's even better.
I was dying. I mean, I get out to the car, and Missy's like, "Why are you laughing?" I said, "Because the guy's driving this truck was in there just talking about all this stuff he has," and I go, "And he's a small penis."
I love it.
But you know, that's shit Kyle and I would do in the store anyway. A couple of weeks ago, we were walking through the same speedway. Halfway across the damn store.
Rodney Carrington.
12-inch.
12-inch dick and a dozen roses. I would love to see him again. He is hilarious.
He is hilarious. Rodney is hilarious. Carrie. Well, both Rodneys are hilarious.
Right, it has to be a Rodney thing.
Hey, you know, it's funny when people start Googling my name. Carrington and Dangerfield both come up along with mine. So
Yeah.
I dig it.
That needs to be his headshot. Is
Hold on a minute. Let me see. Can I do that?
can you isolate it?
That might just him. No.
Oh,
Oh. Nope, I don't want to do that. No, that's all I can do.
oh. He was gonna try to isolate it and print screen.
Yeah, I was going to say, can you take pictures?
When we hang out, we'll take plenty of pictures. I live 30 miles south of the Pro Football Hall of Fame, so
Oh, okay. Yeah, we just went through your area.
well, next time you're through, you should let me know, and we'll take care of you.
We'll do. Well, I'm going to be back and forth all over the country this summer. So yeah.
Even if you're like just driving through, and I'm like, you come to Ohio, and you're like, oh fuck, I'm just really tired. Call me up, man.
And trust me, I feel that way every time I
Wow.
go through Ohio.
Yeah, me too.
Don't choose the option Kyle chose at my house to sleep on, because that is the worst.
What are the options?
All right, so Dean has a nice, decent-sized trampoline inside his. It's not one of the small trampolines, but it's not a big trampoline. It's a medium size. In his room, I said, Kyle, here's your options, man. You can have your own room tonight. Sleep on that that trampoline back there. 'Cause I mean, I've done it. It was nothing, but you can sleep on that trampoline, or you can sleep on the couch out in the living room. So he chose the trampoline and couldn't barely walk the next day.
So like it was just small enough to where I couldn't like my legs would hang over, so my legs would fall asleep. So I had to sleep in the fetal position, which is fine. But I just instinctively, when during the night, went to just stretch my whole body and flex all my everything and just get everything out. When I did, I got Charlie horses behind both of my knees, and I couldn't get it to stop. So I'm sitting there just rubbing the back of my knees, and I couldn't move, and they're like stuck. I'm like, I should have slept on the couch. But I stuck it out the first night. But the second night, I slept on the couch.
He didn't even have to stick it out, though. He could have, at any time in the night, went and slept on the couch.
But yeah, I didn't want to wake you guys up. I didn't want to wake the dogs up. It was fine.
That's all. It's always weird. Like, well, we ended up we had a car broke down up in Port Orchard, Washington, a couple weeks ago, and so a fan came and picked us up while my van was in the shop getting fixed, and we stayed at her house. And she's an artist, and she has a shed, a really nice shed, insulated and everything, but it's her studio. And she had us sleep in the studio on the floor on these mats. And I was dreading. I was like, this is going to be horrible. Actually turned out to be one of the best nights of sleep because, just on that hard level, I don't know, just straighten my back out or so. I don't know what it is. It's
Nice.
But getting up was
You stayed in her she shed?
yeah, in her she shed.
It was
Well,
in
it's
there.
funny 'cause she had all these dead animals.
She's a taxidermist.
There's like a moose and a
She's the
bear.
hardest.
She was going to stuff Rodney in the night.
Yeah. It was.
She must know Nick.
Well, I had my wife there. My wife's pretty sturdy. She can take them out. My wife's my bodyguard.
How long you been married?
28 years.
Wow.
So she was a dependent at one point.
Yeah,
see.
I met her the week before I went to boot camp, and I thought, I'm going to war, Whatever. So we had a good time for the week before I left. I'll probably never see this girl again. Then I got to boot camp, and then the war started, and then it ended the same week. 3 days later. So I'm sitting there going, "Oh, I guess I'm not going to war. I guess I'll get married now." And she kept writing me the whole time I was in boot camp, and so I figured when I graduated, I better marry this one. She stayed faithful to me when she didn't even need to. So I thought, I'll just stick this one out.
Yeah. That's funny.
Oh, yeah. I got married the first time because that's the reason why I got out of the Marine Corps. It's like, yeah, I just got to go have a family. And then I see how long that lasts. So I was ready to go back to the Marine Corps. They treat me better there.
Yeah.
What are these dishes you speak of? I got to do them? No, I'm going back. I'll do the chow hall. Fuck. So, yeah. Man, this has been a good show. I've really enjoyed this show.
Yeah, thank you very much for coming and hanging out with us and just bullshitting with us.
I might need you to fill in a couple times if Kyle can't from the road.
Let me know. I'd be glad to, man.
We could do like, I'd like to fill it with another Cran Eater. I mean, it's all right. We've had a couple Navy guys on here, and we've had the Air Force, but this show doesn't work unless there's at least 2 Marines on it. Albert last week worked because we really had to silence some stuff with people. But this show works with 2 Marines best. And I know you're new to us, but basically what we do every week is a phone call between me and Kyle, like daily. We talk almost every day. I mean, from the time I met Kyle till now, we've been pretty much best friends. I mean, just in other states.
Yeah. 5.5 hours.
5.5 hours.
A little less if you can speed. I made it in 4 or not 4.5. It was 4.5.
4.5 the last time.
Yeah, it was the last time. I wasn't even really trying. I just didn't see any cops, so I was like, "Let's go."
All right.
Secret is keep it on cruise control for 5 miles over, and when you don't see cops, you floor it. And when you see a cop, you just slow down and say, "I was just doing 5 over."
Yeah,
so
that's the cruise set.
This should be interesting. So we usually end on a safety brief. Mr. Rodney, would you like to try to give a safety brief this week?
The safety briefing?
A safety briefing.
Yes.
All right, Marines, as you're preparing to go off on your own, which is always a problem. I just want to remind you to please keep everything that the good Lord gave you to yourself. Just because she says she wants it doesn't mean she wants it. Please do not write checks to people who think that you're going to make you a wealthy person. People do not ask for a small amount of money just so they can give you a large amount of money. They're just taking your small amount of money. So please keep your money to yourself. And please don't drink bleach. Thank you. We'll see you back here. Same time. Same hour. I got to work on my safety briefings.
that was pretty good to me.
That was I put you on the spot. So
yeah, and you brought in the older generation and the new generation with the whole bleach thing. So bridging that gap.
Final thoughts.
I have no final thoughts. Just thanks, Rodney, for coming and hanging out with us. Had a blast. I laughed my ass off, especially with the sushi thing. I'm going to keep that one for a while. So thanks to everybody that watched and shared. We had a lot of viewers, and that's because of this guy down here. Thank you. Everybody go follow him on TikTok and on Facebook and all of his social media stuff. Make him the #1 comedian in the country.
Yes, fellow Marine brother. Let's
all of his shows better be sold
pump
out.
him up. Yeah, sell out his shows.
So
Yeah.
So his van stops breaking down and he can afford to fly into places. Let's get him
Yeah.
up there. Let's get him up there.
He started living in a van down by the river.
I live in a van down by the river.
That is all I have, though.
The
Tom,
problem
it's up
is there's so many people living in vans now, it's hard to get a spot down by the river.
to you. It's true. Yeah, all these people on unemployment now.
No political. No, stop. Stop. I don't want to know about your Mexican coworkers. Stop.
Oh, I got to tell you something about that after the show.
After the show, not on here.
But I'm
I don't-
good to go.
I want to know if it's a girl, boy, or whatever you want to call it now. No politics. Stop.
If
Kill your
you
career.
I
If you
just
can-
refer to all of them as they and cover my bases.
They over there.
if you can, if you want to, Rodney, after this is done, just hang out for just a minute.
Yeah.
We'll end the stream and we'll talk about some stuff afterwards. That's okay.
Cool. Sure.
So, Tom, you good to go?
I'm good.
All right. We'll see you guys next week. See ya.
Next week.
From the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli, we fight our country's battles in the air, on land, and sea. First to fight for right and freedom, and to keep our honor clean. We are proud to claim the title of United States Marine. Our flags unfurled to every breeze from dawn to setting sun. We have fought in every clime and place where we could take a gun. In the snow of far-off northern lands and in sunny tropic seas, you will find us always on the job, the United States Marine.